following stream contains flashing effects which may trigger discomfort or seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Your discretion is advised. Welcome to RPG CAPR, the channel where we cap RPGs of various design. Coming to you live from the soda dimension where the bottle caps live and the CO2 bubbles never stop rising. Today we are going to be resuming Final Fantasy for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The cap is level 50. Our current level, 16 across 4 black mages. Now let's resume the adventure. Okay. So, let's see where we last left off. So we have our 4 black mages up to level 16, collected 47,780 G before we last left off. Magic charges, 7 level 1s, 5 level 2s, 5 level 3s, 4 level 4s, 3 level 5s, and 1 level 6. We have 3 silver knives, and 1 power staff, and all but CAPR have copper bangles, whereas CAPR has a silver bangle, and everyone else has gloves and a baseball cap. For the items, we have the loot, the crown, and the key as our key items, 1 cabin, 4 houses, 40 heals, 19 pure potions, and 11 softs. So, we cleaned up well last stream. So, also, we had cleared another quest, woke the Elven Prince, defeated Ostos the Dark Elf, gave Matoria the witch her crystal ball back so that she's able to see, and got the Mystic Key so we can open up all the locked doors around the kingdom. So now, oh yeah, and one other thing, we also procured some TNT so that the Narek the Dwarf could build his canal. So we cleaned up a lot yesterday, so now today we're gonna see what lies beyond the canal, and just take a look at where the next leg of our adventure pretty much lies from there. Okay, so without further ado, let's get back into the Final Fantasy here. Wait. I'm dealing with pirates, so we'll just freeze them up. So the adventure continues, but it's going to take place beyond Narek's Canal and out into the open ocean. Okay. So, for today's stream, we're going to see if we can get our levels up to 20 this time around. But in order to accomplish that task, we are going to need to face off against enemies that can offer better experience payouts than ever before. So we can't deal with the typical riffraff that we've been accustomed to these past few streams. We do need better payouts. But at the same time, we're also going to explore some new lands that we're able to explore and see what we can get out of it. Here's the canal, let's sail right through it. And we're out in the open ocean. Oh, and look, and now we happen to stumble across a town right as we get out into the open sea. So, let's take a look what this town will give us. And we've been met at the doors by an ogre and a creep. No matter, we'll make short work of them. Another thing I want to add as we're doing this little battle here is my character has had a very bad habit of having a twitchy mouth these past couple streams. So if anyone has seen my lips move inadvertently, there was some issues with me and some I'm not, and I don't know what's precisely what that issue is, but it looks like I may have fixed the issue, whatever it was, so hopefully my mouth won't constantly twitch open every now and then, but again, no guarantees on that part. Anywho, we're in a new town, so let's see what's going on here. Lots of gravestones. Warriors revive the power of the orbs. Okay, but can we get some more information what's going on here? This town was invaded by the vampire. The clinic was destroyed, and the town was cursed. Okay, so we now have a new big bad to deal with. The vampire. Warriors revive the power of the orbs. Another call to action from other townspeople to restore the power of the orbs. I'm a farmer. Okay, you're a farmer. Now what? Sarda does not fear the evils of the cave. Whoever Sarda is. If the orb of earth begins to shine again, the earth shall revive. Okay, so now people are really wanting us to restore one of the 4 orbs here that you see in the upper left. So now the main task is finally at hand, to restore the crystal/orb. Back to Grace. Pass through the Titan's Tunnel, then south to find Sarda the Sage. Okay, so now we know who Sarda is. He's a sage, but we can only find him by passing through the Titan's Tunnel. I am Jim. My home is the Dwarf Village, but I'm here investigating. Okay, we have a fellow dwarf here. What about this? They say the ancient people used a stone to make their ship float. Could it be the floater? In the Northern world, there once was a prosperous civilization, but now it is ruins. So this must have been the old clinic, which was destroyed. There's a couple magic shops. There's a weapon shop. We'll get to the shops in a moment. Let's just continue chatting with all the townsfolk first. Okay, so I've already talked to this guy. Lots of dead people here in this town. The Titan who lives in a tunnel eats gems. He loves rubies. Okay, that's a clue. So now we know more about the Titan that lives in his cave. Everybody knows me. What? You've never heard of Dr. Une? Can't say I have, my good doctor. Can't say I have. Alright. The Vampire of the Earth Cave is stealing the power of the Earth. We need your help. Okay, so now we need to confront this vampire and deal with him accordingly. The Earth Cave is on the peninsula southwest of this town. Okay, at least we now know where to go. So we have an Earth Cave, a tunnel of the Titan, and Sardis Cave. So we have 3 new locations we need to look at. First, let's go in here and see what we can do. So let's see what we can buy. Steel a plate, we can't get that. Ooh, but we have silver bangles. We definitely need that. Iron we cannot wear, copper we cannot wear, iron we cannot wear. So let's load up on some silver bangles. Okay. Okay, let's switch up from the copper to the silver, because the copper bangles have worn themselves out. And sell off the old, worn-out copper bangles. Alright, swap the copper for the silver, and we're good to go. Oh, just want to make a quick stats check. Everyone now has an absorbed defense of 17, with evasion ranging between 60 to 63%. Okay, not bad. Okay, so the maximum for the next level up is 9,543, with the minimum being 8,114. Okay, that's locked in, so we definitely need to start facing up against enemies with better payouts, or we're gonna be here all day. Okay, now for the weapons. We can buy this for the mages, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. Can't do Saber, can't do Long, can't do Falchion. So, no dice for this shop. Now to the Black Magic shop, we definitely need to go there. Okay, So let's see what we can get for our level 5 spells. We have Fire 3, Bane, Warp, and Slow 2. So let's just take a look to see what each and every one of these little spells can do for us. So I'm just going to bring up our little guide here. Okay, just bear with me, guys. I still have to bring up... I gotta bring up the guide. It takes a while to load this. With a black magic. Okay. Okay, so we got... So I brought up the level 5, but I need to bring up 2 guides here. Okay, black magic. We gotta go to level 5 here. Okay. Alright, sorry for the little delay, but I definitely need to consult the guide on this one. Alright, so let's just go over here, and... Alright, let's see what this guide will tell us. Okay, so you get Fire 3. So as we can see, every spell costs 8,000 apiece. And so the obvious purchase here will be Fire 3, or Faraga, as for all you other fans out here. It can hurt all enemies between a range of 50 to 200 HP with 2 times damage against enemies who are susceptible to fire. There's Bane, which is a poison spell that can destroy an enemy instantly, so it's an insta-kill spell. Slow 2, so it lowers a single target's hits down to 1%, and there's Warp, which moves the party back 1 floor. Okay. Now, I want to take another look at this through the strategy wiki here. And, okay, so, again, Faraga, Fire 3, causes heavy fire damage to all enemies. Teleport, or Warp, teleports the party back 1 floor in dungeons, or causes an exit if they're on the first floor. Scourge, or Bane, potentially kills each enemy, so again, insta-kill. And Slow Water, or Slow 2, decreases one enemy's hit rate, so it can only target one enemy. Now, okay, with that being done, let's get back to the game, and... first things first, I'm gonna take the obvious choice here, Fire 3, because that is gonna benefit my mages very well in the foreseeable future. And that took up almost all my purse, but it was worth it. So we got Fire 3 and 3 full charges to use them for our current level. Okay. Now, with that being done, we are gonna need to save up all that progress so I don't go through this whole gamut again. Okay, now with that being done, but here's something that you all probably may have overlooked, or you haven't. We don't see an item shop anywhere around here. Sure, the clinic was destroyed because the vampire ravaged it. But the item shop? We don't have an item shop here. We don't have an item shop here at all. It's just the weapon shop, the armor shop, and 2 magic shops. So if we want to go buy items, we'd have to go back to Elfheim. Or we may have to find another town that we can stop at now that we're on the open ocean. But before we do something like that, let's just look around this new landscape a bit. Let's get ourselves accustomed to the surroundings. Okay, we're met on the marsh by a pack of grey wolves. But we're not too concerned about that. Let's just put these wolves on ice. Okay, so if we're gonna buy another batch of level 5 spells, we're gonna need to raise up 32,000 G. And we need to focus on getting a lot of triple figure payouts, or even more if possible. So there's a lot of marshland up here, and we're being ambushed by shadows now. Okay, since we're dealing with more than 5 shadows, I'm just gonna bring out the magic. So shadows do have a HP cap of 50. So if they can do at least, if I'm capable of doing 50 points of damage minimum on the first attempt against them, that will kill them. Okay, anything over here? And okay, now we have 3 shadows, so I don't really need to use magic against them. I could just simply go at them with my silver knives and power staff. I do want to start conserving more magic charges, because we're pretty much going to be far away from Melmond and its inn, even though we have houses. So we are here in Melmond, and that is the town we were at. And if you remember correctly, in the town of Provoca, there was an old man who pretty much begged you to help his town after he fled from it. Okay, so let's just see if there's any other enemies we can encounter over here. Is this also a peninsula of power? Well, we're facing off against a big tiger here. 2 hits, 42 damage. Okay, that's a good crit on the tiger here. And it's still standing after 2 crits. Interesting. Alright, but we still managed to bring down this big cat. Okay. Gonna do another... I want to do another look around over here to see if there's anything interesting. 3 ogres, a hyena. Okay. So we are dealing with a pack of ogres this time, so let's bring out the ice spell. Also, while we're waiting for this battle to resolve itself, I just want to thank my two latest followers, Jossum Sauce and Leo Grimm. Thank you very much for your follow. It's very much appreciated. And we hope you enjoy your stay here at the RPG CAPR channel. Okay, so here we find a cave entrance, so we're gonna see what's in that cave. Okay, so we still have a ways to go before we can get 32,000 G, because I want 32,000 G to buy the next batch of spells. Batch of level 5 spells for my mages here. Okay, so we're dealing with more ice packs. I mean, some more wolf packs. We're gonna have to give them the ice pack for... We're gonna have to give these wolf packs a few ice packs. Okay, so here this is the Titan's Cave, so we're gonna see what we'll encounter in here, aside from these Grey Wolves. So we're dealing with Warg Wolves this time around. Okay, 93 points. No one passes this road. No one passes this road. Okay. So he's adamant on... This Titan is adamant on not letting you get through. But we've heard from one of the townspeople that if you have a ruby, he may let you through because he simply loves eating that stuff. Okay, so we're gonna need to find ourselves a ruby so we can get through that tunnel and meet up with Sarda the Sage in his own little cave. Okay, the payouts aren't too bad over here, but we are gonna need more money to get those level 5 spells. So, again, okay, so we're going down here. We see another cave entrance, so let's move around here a bit. Okay, we got a couple ghouls. Let me just see if I can just take him with my silver knife. Okay, so VTuber cannot deliver the battle winning blow because he's paralyzed. Okay, so they're not good in XP payout, but it is good in monetary payout. You know what, I don't think I'm gonna get a good payout from these Grey Wolves, so I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, and they're also starting to run away from me, so I'm not too worried then. So nothing around here. You know what? Big deal. I'll cast this one. Okay, is there anything over here that I should be... Nope, just regular wolves, so there's no peninsula power on this side. Okay, so regular and Grey Wolves will now start to run. Okay, duly noted. Okay, so here's the cave where the vampire dwells. Okay, so this is the next dungeon. This is the next big dungeon that we're gonna have to explore. We're gonna get back to that one a little bit later. Now we got ghouls and geists this time, but this time around will be... I don't want to break out the Fire 3 because they're small fries compared to some of the stronger enemies we'll be facing off of this a little bit later. Fire 3 will be in the case of an emergency. I doubt that's a peninsula power. Let's move on. You know what? Whatever. I'll just destroy these guys with as is. No, I can understand missing them because they're ghosts. Okay, that's one shadow down, 2 shadows down. Okay, so the payouts are not good when it comes to 3 shadows, so we're gonna have to change direction. Okay, 5 shadows is a maybe. And they have high agility, so they'll almost always preempt me. Well, I guess it is time to get back to town anyway, now that we've actually looked around a bit. So at least we had a good chance to examine the surroundings of this new area. So, we have the Titan's Tunnel, we have the Earth Cave. We weren't able to access Sardis Cave because the Titan's blocking the way, but that will come later. So, the Earth Cave is definitely the next major dungeon we're gonna have to explore. Points, 585. Let's see how much money. Okay, we still have some ways to go before we can buy another magic spell, but for now, let's head back to town. So we've explored our surroundings. Rest up. Let's go back out to the open ocean for a bit and look around a little bit more. Because there should be another town we can actually stop by for a bit. We're not technically supposed to be in this town just about yet. The script doesn't call for it, but it is also another exploit that we can use to our advantage. It's not illegal to access this town before it's time. Just like the Peninsula Power itself is a special exploit that we were able to use just to help boost our mages up. $141 points, 162 G. Okay, so we found another port and met at the port by Sahuagins. Wait, since we're dealing with 4 Sahuagins, let's see how we fare with our silver knives. Okay, that's promising. Okay, but we could still miss him. Okay, so even with the silver knife upgrades, we're still susceptible to missing these enemies. Okay, so it looks like my mouth twitching is still a problem. Guess I'm gonna have to look into that again after this stream is over. Okay, so now we're now in a new land, and this is populated by trolls here. Same trolls that we encountered on the Peninsula Power. Not gonna fight them physically because it's better to use magic in this case. Okay, now the payouts over here are a little bit better, and we do see another town over there. Before we access the town, let's just look around here for a bit. Oh, look, a giant. Let me just put this one to sleep. And hit him with ice too, because a regular ice will not cut it at this stage. Time to make this into a sleeping giant here, and terminate it. Okay. Lots of rivers around here. Anything over here? Nope. Trolls and regular Minotaur bulls that are not zombified. Okay, but we're gonna cook some meat anyway, so bringing out the fire spells. Okay, at least the payouts are actually more decent over here in terms of experience. So if I want to grind up experience and gold, this is also a good area to be in. Even though the Peninsula Power will offer me even better payouts. Okay, so now we have a giant centipede here. Not sure what elemental weakness he'll have, so I'm gonna throw everything at him at once. Okay, fire did not do much. 84 damage, that seems a bit better. Okay, so he doesn't seem to be affected by fire. So it looks like ice would probably be the better choice here. Let's see what's over here. Nothing over there. There's a desert down there which we can't access. Okay, since I preempted the giant, I'm not going to bother giving him a sleep spell. Let's just focus on the hand with this. Okay, 2 uses of ice 2. Slays the giant. And we got ourselves another troll to deal with. Okay, good starting hit. He also gives me a good starting hit as well. Okay, so that's done, so let's take a look at this town here. This town is called Crescent Lake because, as you can see, the lake around it is shaped like a crescent moon. And we're greeted at the door by an inn. The inn is the first thing we come to see here. 200 to stay. Okay, we're freshly rested up. We have a clinic over here, that's good. There's also an item shop over here, that's also good. Now let's take a look to see what we can get in terms of armor in this town. Silver plate, we can't get that. Silver shield, we can't have that. Buckler, we cannot have that. Silver... Okay, so this is just heavy armor. Our mages cannot equip that, so we're moving on. We already have their silver bangles, that's enough. Light warriors, you can do it! Okay, so this resident here is expressing confidence in us, that's cool. How about over here? Okay, so we do have another magic shop here. Okay, so these are all level 6 magics, and don't be fooled, it's not 620,000 gold, it's level 6 for 20,000 gold apiece. So that, I mean, the spells here are ridiculously expensive. But I cannot buy them because, look at that, we're short. So we won't be bothering, we're not going to bother to look at those spells immediately. We'll come back to this area a little bit later in the game. Anyways, let's go in here and see what else we can get in the weapon shop. Oh, but we have silver knives. So I can purchase 1 silver knife. We can't get the silver hammer, silver sword, or silver axe, because those are for the other classes. So we're gonna trade up the power staff with a silver knife and call it. Because I'm not really liking the power staff here, unfortunately enough. If there was supposed to be an additional effect to it, it's bugged, so we're getting rid of it. Okay, so now we have 4 silver knives for 4 mages. Okay, this guy's fast asleep, so we can't do anything about it. Alright. We can't afford any of the spells over here, but we're not going to be focusing on that area right now. Let's take a look. We only have 1 measly charge for level 6 spells anyway, so it's not... It's going to be just... very minuscule. It's going to be very minuscule in terms of a benefit for us, because we're going to need more than just a single charge to use these spells. And we found a small area of town populated by 12 old men. Okay, let's see what they have to say. We, the 12 sages, were led here by the stars and prophecy. I am Lucan. Now all legends of prophecy will be fulfilled. Our path has been decided. Okay, so we found Lucan the sage, who originally resides in Coneria, but went to Crescent Lake to meet with his colleagues. Once the orbs shined with the power of earth, wind, fire, and water. The 4 fiends seized those powers. Okay, some more lore here. 400 years ago we lost control of the wind. 200 years later we lost the water, then earth. And fire followed. The powers that bind this world are gone. Because they were seized by the 4 fiends. Earth, wind, fire, and water. The world is bound by these 4 powers. We must use force only for just purposes. Okay. Each element's power focuses at its altar. Locate and crush the fiend. Then to make it shine, place the orb on the altar it guarded. Okay, so we have some specific directions on what to do. Light warriors, only you can make the orb shine again. 4 fiends are bent on the world's destruction. 200 years ago, the fiend of wind teamed up with that of the water to destroy civilization. As you restore light to the orbs, we will reveal more secrets. Please see us repeatedly. Okay. The Earth Fiend causes the rot of our land. The Fire Fiend will burn everything up. Okay, so now we have a full understanding of the lore here. The 4 fiends pretty much darkened the powers of the world, which has thrown it into absolute chaos. Let's see what happened. And now it's up to us as the Light Warriors to set things right. So we gotta find out all these 4 fiends, destroy them, and restore light to the 4 orbs. Got it. Okay, okay, so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna buy a few potions. 38, 39, and they have houses here, that's cool. 40. And 1 house to replenish the one I lost earlier. Okay, back to 5 houses, 40 heals, 20 pures, and 11 softs. Wait. What did they have soft potions in here? Nope, no soft potions. So if I want to get soft potions, I have to go all the way back to Elfheim. Okay, let's save up. Let's save our progress from that little shopping spree. Okay, so we have everything that we need. We have visited a couple new towns. So now the only thing we can really do in this case is we can still continue to explore the open ocean, or we can make our attempt in the Earth Cave to hunt down the vampire. Okay, so we're facing 2 giant centipedes, so now I'm going to put them on ice. Fuckers hit hard, but at least I have silver bangles, so they don't hit me even harder. Okay. 597.6. Okay, so the payouts are not too bad over here. So if I want to do some level grinding, I can do it here at Crescent Lake, or I can go to the Peninsula of Power. But make no mistake about it, we absolutely need to get our mages a little bit more stronger in this session than they've ever have been in the past few sessions. So again, I am looking at level 20 for today's leveling and grinding goal, but I'm not 100% certain if we can also meet that goal. At an absolute bare minimum, I'm looking at level 18. But if I'm capable of grinding points well, then we're gonna go for the full level 20 today. It really depends on how the enemies will dispense their payouts. Okay, this Pede is one resilient son of a bitch, so we're gonna have to knife him. That's 4 Pedes down. 1,194 points, 1,200 pieces of gold. Nice. Okay, 15,900. Okay, so remember, I want 32,000 pieces of gold so I can buy the next batch of level 5 spells. Okay, so ice is really important in this area of the game. Well, lightning will be relevant too, but when you face off against more water-based enemies. But right now, I'm just going to have to concentrate my efforts on exercising the Ice 2 spell. So why don't we also take a look at the world map, why don't we? So we have a better understanding of where we are. Okay, so we sailed from the west into the east, so we circumvented the globe, and that brought us all the way here to the southeast. Okay, so that's good to know. Let's move a little bit up this way. Okay, so we have a cove here. Aha, this looks familiar. So this brings us right... Yeah, this is... Okay, so we have found the cove that leads up to the town of Provica. Okay, spiders, you had your little fun, but now it's time to cook you, like the little miscreants that you are. That's right, just keep missing me. Need to build up that sweet, sweet money. Okay, so we are back at the port of Provica, and it really looks odd when our ship is not docked at their port. Let's take a look. We have 18,148. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Since I'm in town, I'm gonna make a stop at the potion shop to stock up on a few more heals. Bring the heal total up to 50. Then save. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so we just stocked up on a few more heals to bring us up to the halfway point. Okay, save our progress, and since we are in the area, might as well do a bit of grinding at the Peninsula Power so we can build up the money that we need to buy our next batch of level 5 spells. Good, let's just go this way. Alright, back out we go. Yeah, it just looks really weird without our ship in port here, but alright. Okay, not worth my time. Bye-bye. Also, here's what I'm gonna do. I just wanna swap spaces with these guys. Okay. Yeah. Highest HP is put in the lead with the second highest, second from the top. Here's another port. That'll make us get us even closer to the Peninsula Power, but I'm just going to... And I'm just going to ignore that for now. not caring about Grahams and werewolves. Thank goodness I did not get poisoned. I would have been pretty upset if that would have been the case. Alright, let's see who we're gonna get this time. Now that I got Fire 3, it should be even more easier for me to take out the zombies should they show up. But for now, we got ourselves our big fat giants. These spells can do better than that. $659, 2,637. Okay. 20,000. So again, we need 32,000 pieces of gold to buy our next batch of spells. So remember, with 32,000, I can buy the next spell for all 4 of my mages. No, I do not deal with Tyros. Flip off with that. Maybe if I had a real... If I can actually get a spell that can do triple figure damage every single time, then maybe, but nope. You know what, I'm gonna exercise the Fire 3 spell for once and see how it fares. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, that roasted that troll good. Okay, and so RTRO took quite the beating there, so we better have him nicely healed up. Oh, hang on. I also want to give VTBR another potion. Alright, let's see who we're gonna get this time. And I had saved Improvica, so I don't have to worry about losing all that progress from earlier. More ice? Well, no, more giants that need to be put on ice, that is. So we're gonna stay around here until we get to 32,000 gold, even if we do level up. And you know what? That's fine, because I am aiming at level 20 as for today's session. If we have time, maximum level 20, minimum level 18. Okay, nothing new here. Okay, I don't think I need to use a potion for the time being. Let's just see who else we're gonna get this time around. Frost Wolves. You know what? I'm bringing out the big guns. I don't even want... If I'm dealing with these guys, I'm bringing out the big guns. Nope. Oh shit. Please do not put my mages on ice. Please do not put my mages on ice. Please do not put my mages on ice. Thank you. $603, 1,200. And we gotta level up. Sadly enough, I didn't get 3 of the 4 this time, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go back to town to recover for a bit. Hang on. Let's take a look. 25,000. Okay, so we're still not at the 32,000 mark, but that's fine. I really wish they'd stop with this. Okay, I don't care for werewolves and imps, so we're out of here. If it's ogres, fine. If it's arachnids, fine. But I don't care for... I don't really... No, they chased me. You know what? Screw you. Not humbling you. I'm not gonna humor you. Or humble you, that is. Alright, back out we go. Okay, let's see how many... Okay, so we had 4... We had to use 4 potions, so I'm going to... Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to the potion shop to replenish the supply, then we're gonna save. Okay, 50 heals, we're good. So we're gonna rest up from that little adventure for today, and get right back out to it the next day. Alright. Yeah, regular wolves are not worth shit anymore. I'm out of here. We gotta go where the good payouts are. You know what? I'll humor the Geists. If it's one measly Geist, I'm not gonna waste magic points. Yeah, that's a lucky hit. Come on, you guys can do better than that. Back up we go. Now let's see what the Peninsula gives us this time around. Come on, hoping for 4 Zombies. Well, we got 4 Frost Wolves, so... Well, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. If you can handle them, that is. I launched a Fire 3 spell, and 2 wolves managed to still remain standing. No level up there. Okay. That's about the extent. Come on, let's have 4 Zombies. That's what I'm aiming for. More Frosty Wolves. More Frosted Flakes. Okay. Alright, let's cook up a few wolves. That's what I'd like to see. Okay, next level up. But Retro still has to get his level up. Let's see how we're doing with money. Okay, 27,000. We need 32,000 as stated before. Yes, now this is what I want to see. The best payout, in my opinion, on this peninsula. Alright. Steaks back on the menu, boys. Beautiful. And Retro's up. Okay, so that brings all the mages up to level 17, and we're just a little shy of the 32,000 that we need, but that's fine. Once we get back into town, we should just have the amount of money that we need to get... By the time we get back to Melman, that is, we'll have all the money that we're going to need to buy the next batch of level 5 spells. Okay, 32,000, we got the money that we need, but I need to rest up because we do have all of our mages to level 17 now, so that needs to be in the record. I don't care for 4 wolves because they're not worth my time. Okay, so we're nicely rested up, and let's take a look. We have an additional charge for level 6 spells, that's good. Nothing new for level 5. Looks like I get an additional charge for level 3. Well, what matters is we gotta go back to Melman to buy up the next batch of spells. Because we need to make sure our mages are well stocked for the Earth Cave. Yeah, no, I'm not taking on this batch of enemies. Now, I remember I said last time, beggars can't be choosers, but beggars can be choosers in this case. I need to level up, but the game can give me a better encounter than this. Enough is enough with the imps and werewolves. They're not worth my time anymore. Let's go. Okay, so we're heading back to Melman. We're gonna circumvent the globe just to get back there. Okay, so there's Sardis Cave, but we can't access it until we get ourselves that ruby. Well, there's a chief amongst this Sahuagin tribe, so I'll just do this turn here. Okay, enough is enough with the gang beatings. Let's get these Sahuagins cooked. Okay, so the experience is a little weak in terms of the payout, but money's so-so. Okay, so now we're back in the black magic shop. So we already purchased Fire 3. So now we're gonna look at Bane, which is an insta-kill spell. Slow 2 will only target one enemy, but I kind of want to have Bane in my arsenal here, so let's move on to Bane. Everyone has Bane in their arsenal. Okay, So we're gonna save it to make this official. Okay. Now, now we're gonna need another 32,000 to buy the last spell in our level 5 arsenal. So on that grounds, we're still gonna go back to the Peninsula Power. Load ourselves up with another 32,000 pieces of gold. And, then collect the last level 5 spell. Kaizoku's I'll make time for because they got money. You know what? I don't even think I'm gonna bother with Sahuagins anymore because I actually think that the payouts are just not good anymore. Sure, I'm gonna get gang beaten before I can finally leave this stupid battle, but hey, I guess that's the game for you. Where the hell am I? Oh, okay, so now I'm... Okay, so now I'm circling the peninsula. Kaizokus are fine, I'll make time for them, they got money. Okay. So now if we... Okay, do not ruin my moment, you stupid fish people. Okay. So now we're entering this cove here. So we can dock our ship over here now. So this is the Power Peninsula port. 1,000 here, so let's see, 500 here, so we have not lost. Okay. So we're still okay, so we can still go to the peninsula. Yeah, no Grahams, okay? No Grahams. Let's move on. Okay, I'll still make time for ogres. I like fighting ogres. Okay, let's build up this money again back to the full 32,000. And fill out the remaining slot of our level 5 spells. Oh yeah, so I have Bane, but I'm gonna use Fire because I like fire. Okay, that's not good if they're gonna continue gang banging retro here. $835 points. Good, good, good. 9,040. You know, this is a bit of a stretch, but you know what? I kind of want to do this. I want to save my progress. It didn't fully restore retro, so I'm going to use this. Okay. Back we go. Okay, we got our charges back up. $11,222. We still have ways to go before we can get to that 32,000. But I think by the time we get there, our mages should be at level 18. More Frost Wolves. Well, bringing out the big guns for these guys, because I'm not really confident. Well, okay, I am somewhat confident with Frost too, but... Oh, nice. Oh, nice, nice. This is not good. If Retro drops dead, I can't do anything about this. Okay, that's a lot of HP lost, so I'm gonna use this cabin. Well, at least I need an excuse to get rid of that cabin. Anyways, let's heal up our guys considerably. This ought to do it. If it's just one zombie and a troll, let's just bring up Fire 2 for this one. Excuse me. $879 points. Alright. Okay, we still have ways to go before our mages will get to level 18. So as you can see, the demand for more experience is much greater than before. But no matter, we have our little peninsula. And there's also another area which can constitute itself also a good grind spot. Not just around Crescent Lake, but within the Earth cave itself, as we'll soon see. But right now, I do need to focus on the main task of filling out the entire level 5 spell arsenal. $1,050, $4,200. Let's take a look. We still have considerable charges left. Okay, now we're up to 21,000 gold points. But we are gonna need a little bit more gold than that. Alright, not wasting any more of my ice, so we're just gonna knife him to death. Okay. So, let's take a look. I'm just gonna bring him up to this. Okay, that's the extent. Now let's go rest up back in Pravika before we deal with the next onslaught of enemies. Okay, you know what? I'll humor these guys. Okay, 35 heals, so we're just gonna stock up on potions. So we need another 15 of them. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that replenishes our heal supply. Alright, now let's go rest up. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, everybody. I want to take one quick look at that guide for a moment. Let's take a look at Okay. So the only other spells we can take is Slow Aura, or Slow 2, which decreases one enemy's hit rate for one enemy. But there's a Teleport. But this one can only be used by a black wizard. It teleports the entire party back one floor in the dungeon. Okay, hang on a minute. I think we need a change of plans here. Maybe we do not need the last spell slot just to be nothing but Slow 2. If we were to make use of the Warp spell, it would grant us access to a particular exploit in the game that can help us power level to cap. So I would say on this particular ground, let me see, we have 3,664 and 2,235. Okay, you know what? We're pretty much going to... I'm actually decided I'm not going to pursue the full 32,000 anymore after all. Because I do want that Warp spell. But I could use the Slow 2. No, you know what? I think it would be more efficient just to get the Warp spell for all 4 of my black mages. I don't really particularly care now for the fact whether Slow 2 can slow down the effects of one enemy. I think the regular Slow spell would just do just as fine. But I'm gonna go back to Melman to test this theory out. Okay, we gotta go all the way around the coastline here. Yeah, 4 Salagans are not worth my time. We're gonna drop by. We're gonna go back to Milment here. Okay. Slow, but let's say we want Warp. You can't learn that to someone else. Okay, so in order for us to have access to this spell, we will need to change the class of our mages to wizards. But that won't be for quite a while. So for the time being, we are going to put our regular spell acquisitions on hold. Okay, so with our new, with the new level, we have an additional charge for level 6. But I would like to have 3 full charges for level 6 before I invest in level 6 spells. But we also don't have that much to go in order to get to level 18, so we'd at least spend a considerable amount of time at the Peninsula Power in order to help build up our mages close to level 18. So it's not a complete wash in this case. But in any case, we're just gonna... So I think that Warp spell will pretty much come in handy. So I do want to save up for that Warp spell. So we're gonna leave that spell slot blank for the time being, until our mages become wizards. So now we are officially going to go into the Earth Cave and see what it gives us. Oh, and we're being attacked by a gaggle of shadows. I'm just gonna fire through them because I don't want to waste too much time fighting them. Okay, let's look around a bit. Okay. I'm gonna go down in that western hall a little bit later. I just wanna... let's cook some meat up. Okay, so the bowls hit hard. So let's check this little chamber. Getting a little tired of your shit, you fucking bulls. Okay. Let's see how they fare against all the other elemental spells. Okay, so they can be confused. Maybe you'll fare better against ice, who knows? Okay, so we have one treasure chest here. There can be an encounter, so let's prepare accordingly. Okay, so we have an earth elemental guarding the chest. I'm gonna bring out the big guns for this. $1,975G in that box. So let's just, yep. So this is a permanent encounter tile. Well, that's fine. We'll just have to check. Oh look, our good old friends the gargoyles are back. Looks like they have an HP of 80. Oh. Got cobras. Cobras are now running. Okay, let's check behind this chamber. Another encounter with a Earth Elemental. Okay, and we gotta level up to 18. Okay, we found an additional pure potion. How about over here? And 795 G. Okay, there's no encounter tile over here. So I'm going to presume that this is the only encounter tile. So I'm just going to do it one more time just to make doubly sure. So this is definitely an encounter tile. But that's fine. We'll just use this as an opportunity just to continue grinding. Get thrown a lemon, you gotta make lemonade. Okay, that fared off a little bit better than before. How do these Minotaurs get the jump on me every single time? I'm gonna give them a confusion. I'm gonna try this. I don't have any more spell charges in level 5. But I'm gonna let's just try using ice this time around. Okay, status affected confusion had failed. CAPR is now up. Okay, so for now we're gonna get back out. We're gonna back out of the Earth Cave and head back to Melman to rest up. Okay, zombie army. No, you know what? I'm not bothering with these gray wolves. Wolves just don't interest me anymore. Unless they're frost wolves. Then I'll fight them. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's just have to check something quickly. Now let's get back to town. 200... You know what? There's only 255 more points for Retro to get to the next level, so let's just keep going until Retro levels up. Okay, to be honest, the game's really trolling me at this point. If they're just gonna give me double-digit XP payouts when Retro is just at the verge of leveling up, it's fucking trolling at this point. Nuh-uh. Nope. 4 wolves or peanuts. Unless they're frost wolves, I don't give a shit. Okay, they'll strike first cause they're ghosts. Okay, let's cook these ghosts up and banish them from this realm temporarily. Okay, that brings all 4 of my mages now to level 18, so we're gonna rest up at the town. Okay, and now we're heading back out. Okay, so I want to stock up on some heal potions before we before we go right back into the Earth Cave. So we're gonna make a quick stop at Coneria, because that's the closest stop here. Do not care for Sahuagins, we're out of here. Okay, so we're loaded up on potions again, so let's make another stop at that. So we're just going to rest up at the inn with a very cheap rate of 30G a night. Okay, so now we're going right back into the Earth Cave and see what else it provides for us. Yeah, the Odd Eyes would run. And you know what? I'm glad that they are running, because I cannot bother having any of my mages become paralyzed. Okay, Kaizokus I'll make time for because they're good enemies to fight, but I don't want to use any of my Fire 2 and Ice 2 spells because that's... I want to save those up for the Earth Cave. Okay, so they do take considerable damage from lightning. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. 12,452 more points to the next level. 1,000. Okay, so the requirements have now extended into the 5 figures. So, the need for more XP is very much prevalent now. I don't want to bother with 3 shadows because 3 shadows are nothing. I need the better payouts from the better enemies. Okay, if it's 6 shadows, I'll make time for 6 shadows. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, so what we have here is called the Hall of Giants. And in this little loop, this entire area is populated by giants and iguanas. Now, this can be considered another potential grinding spot for my guys. If you don't want to use the Peninsula Power, you can come here. But I personally prefer the Peninsula Power because I think I can get the better payouts over there, but this is not a bad area either. My personal preference is just the Peninsula Power. But the Hall of Giants, or some people like to refer to it as the Gigas Gauntlet, is also another good grinding spot. So we're just gonna humor this area just once to show you guys it's how it is. Okay, that's not bad in terms of payout. We're probably going to end up running low on Ice 2 spells before we get out of this loop, but we're going to see how far we can get. But every good player of Final Fantasy knows they must attempt the Hall of Giants at least once. I don't want to use Ice 2 for one measly giant, so let's just focus on the regular Ice to see how that works. Let's see what the effects are. Okay, regular Ice doesn't seem to want to cooperate very well. Okay, that's not bad. You only get 219 points and 879 gold, just from one giant. Gotta focus on a giant because iguanas are small fry at this point. Okay, so we softened the giant up with our cold barrage. So let's just take him out. Okay, we really gotta finish this battle. We really gotta start stacking up these hits, man. Alright, soften him up with ice. Now let's finish him off with the knives. Oh, that's good. Let's take a look. Let me try using the Bane spell this time. See if this will help. Unleash poison gas on our adversaries. Okay, so he got poisoned. Okay, well that seemed to have worked considerably well. So I can insta-kill iguanas and the giants with Bane. Okay, for one giant, I'm not gonna waste Bane magic. We're just gonna stick with ice and knives. Oh, resilient motherfucker, ain't he? But he's down. Alright, let's bring out the Bane of... Let's bring out the Bane. Okay, so they are highly susceptible to poison smoke. You know what? I like Bane. I'm gonna continue using it. Oh, how lovely. One giant survives 4 attempts of Bane. Okay, guess we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. And he's dead. Okay, nope, I guess we're beating feet. One of our mages is down. Nope, we're running for it. Okay, we're out of the hall, but we still have a down mage. How are these guys so agile? Okay, I don't really want to have to use this, but I do need to. But I gotta save that progress. So we still have a ways to go before we can even get up to the next level. Yeah, no. And since we don't have a working clinic here in Melmond, we're gonna have to take our down mage back to Corneria. But at least we had a good experience with in the Hall of Giants. Nope, no encounters until all of our party members are up. Even if it's the good encounters with the good payouts. I don't want to desynchronize my XP gains any further. Where am I going? I don't want the freaking potion shop, I want this. Alright, so now we're revived our down party member. 37 heals, so let's at least restock up on potions while we're in town. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Save up. Okay, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be taking a quick break, and I'll be right back. Back we go. And we're back. Okay, so now we're fully rested up, restocked on potions, back to the Earth Cave we go. Alright, let's take a look. 6,955 for the next level. 8,000, okay, 8,384. So we still have ways to go before we can get ourselves to level 19. I don't care for 4 shadows, so let's beat feet. You know what, ghouls and geists, I'm partial to. So I've already also decided that if my gold supply gets up to 80,000, I can make a trip down to Crescent Lake to buy some level 6 magic. Because some of my black mages can still purchase level 6 magic, even though it's pretty much going to be a stretch at this point, considering their current class. Okay, so these two passages to the left will end up leading us back to the Hall of Giants. But we've already explored the Hall of Giants. I'm dealing with one bull here, so I'm not too worried about it. Let me see if I can just deal with them with my regular trusty silver knives. Okay, so we downed a bowl. Okay, so this just... So again, these two left passages just lead us straight to the Hall of Giants. This is a dead end with 6 asps, but whatever. So now that we have a chance to explore that little area, let's now make a serious attempt to explore the rest of the Earth Cave. We have a vampire to hunt. Okay, so nothing over here. We've already explored the northward passage. Let's continue looking down in this passage now. Okay, so we've been in that chamber. Couple of cobras. You know, if it's 2 cobras, I'll make the time to knife them. Let's cut up some cobras. Points, 100 pieces of gold. Anything... Okay, we're in a dead end with 1 Minotaur. Okay, so it was with 122 points. Okay, so that was not a... That's not a mandatory encounter tile. So anyways, we found that out. Let's check out this chamber and see what it has. We have 2 chests. Okay, so we have a tile with an earth elemental. Let's roast them up. Points, 768 G. Okay, we found an additional heal potion, so that's a drop in the bucket in terms of this. Because we're gonna be going through heals like crazy, and anyways, might as well make good use of this heal just to recover VTBR. And make a use of a couple more heals. Okay, so this is the only encounter tile that will face off against the Earth Elemental. Alright, let's blow this taco stand. Alright, so it looks like we finished our exploration of the first floor of the Earth Cave. So it's now time to move on to the second floor. I wanna know, let's see what happens if we just use a regular ice spell against this bull. Let's go east. Okay, we see the stairway that moves down into the next floor. Okay, took a big fat hit from that one. Okay, so now we're on the second floor, B2, which is a maze of sorts. Now we're dealing with a mix of wares and wargs. I love the fact that they just got the jump on me so easily. Whatever, you know what? I'll humor the wolves this time around to see. Let's see what kind of a payout they'll give me. Points and 289. I don't know. Okay, I see a chamber down there. Okay, this doesn't... Okay, so we can't get over there, so we're gonna have to move on through to the next area. I want to see what's in that chamber. Okay, we'll just freeze up these snaky snakes here. Oh look, another bull. Alright, let's just focus on knifing them. Okay, I kind of like using the knife against one of these bulls here. If I was facing against two of them, then I'd have to bring out the magic. And remember, in this game, bats are non-combative. Oh, I get met at the door by a frickin' Earth Elemental, and I didn't even recover my guys. Okay, this might put me at a handicap, but... provided that this Earth Elemental doesn't frickin' hit me. You cannot run from Earth Elementals, sadly enough. Thank God he missed me. Okay, so we got met inside by an Earth Elemental. Because if that punch connected, I would most likely have added down party member. So 4,000 more points to the next level. But Retro has the most points to get, so 5,429. Alright, let's see what we have in this room. A wooden shield. Yeah, well, that's something I'm gonna hawk off. 575G. $5,000G, okay. Any additional money that I can get from the treasure chest is beneficial because it can help cut down any encounter rates that are needed towards the purchase of the next spell. Okay, I'm gonna focus on continuing with Fire 2 because I find Fire 2 seems to for some reason work better than Fire 3 against these Earth Elementals. Yeah, that's very odd, but whatever. Okay, so, we got ourselves some more Spideys, but you know what, I don't even need to waste my time with these spiders anymore, because I can get better payouts from other enemies now. So, we're getting out of here. I mean, we're not startups anymore, we don't need to deal with the smaller riffraffs. Kenny needs to frickin' strike first. Okay, there's another chamber here. Okay, there's more treasure chests. We're not met at the door by an Earth Fiend. Oh no, not Earth Fiend, but an Earth Elemental. And there's a bat in here. Oh, okay, we found a little log cabin. A coral sword. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. And that didn't work either, okay. Okay, so we looted the chest. I think now is a good time to leave. Now is gonna be a good time for us to leave this here cave, and... You know, I'm gonna cast Bane to see how it works against these bulls. They should be susceptible to it. Come on, these are breathing creatures. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I thought, but it's amazing that they could stand up more against poison smoke than the hill giants. Oh, wonderful. So that's a waste of a Bane spell. Well, maybe not entirely a waste, because I managed to take out one of the bulls. But now I gotta get my hands dirty again. Okay, let's heal up our mages considerably. Oops, mishit. And see how fast these potions can run down. That's the price you pay when you choose to play the game as 4 black mages. But once again, I said it before and I'll say it again. I knew what I was getting myself into when I chose 4 black mages, and I'm up to the challenge of beating the game with four black magic users. You know what? I'm not dealing with 3 asps. I don't think the payout will be good. Okay, we're gonna head back to town. You know what, let's try poisoning this cat. Okay, that worked. Nothing. Oh, we'll just have, if I can't use Fire 2, we'll just go to Fire 3. Last charge for Fire 2 before rest up. Okay, we got 67,189 G, which is pretty good. Okay, so let's see how many potions we have. 32. Okay, what I want to do right now is I do need to restock on some more potions, so we're gonna head to Crescent Lake this time to do the stocking, because I also want to pick up a couple more houses. Sahuagin's not worth my time. Okay, 4 King Cobras to deal with. More hill giants to deal with. And if I get to 80,000 G, I'm gonna load up on some Lightning 3 spells. Okay, 3,000, so we still have a ways to go. So okay, let's load up on some, buy a couple of houses. Okay, 5 houses, 32 heals, so let's load them up. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so we have our stock of 50, back to there. Alright, good. So let's rest up. Another 200 to save. Oh, I might be resting up back in town sooner than I think. Okay. Good. Okay, so Bane also works here. We had a bit of a freak accident there, so let's have another save here. Okay, we're dealing with these bozos now. Now we have our old friend the Scorpion back. Oh, now the Cobras are running scared. So here's a little change. Here's a bit of a change of an encounter. Instead of an ogre with 3 creeps, now we have bulls with 3 scorpions. Alright, let's just see what we get out of these. You know what, I want one more encounter before I go back on the ship. Giant. Okay, critted that giant, but it wasn't enough to make him fall. Okay, 2 rounds. $21.44. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we still have a ways to go before we get to 80,000 gold, because if we get 80,000 gold, I can load up my mages with lit 3 spells. Yeah, not gonna happen. Really? They're striking first? These little riffraffs? Okay, we have a little bit of... Oh, took a big chump out of me. Oh my god. Let's put these cobras to bed. Okay, let's take another look around here. See if we missed out on anything else. Okay, I think these bulls were more susceptible to ice. Okay, we finally got a level up to 19. Okay, that leads down to the lower chamber. Okay, so we're done over there. We don't need to be back in that chamber. Okay, so that also loops back up to the upper right. Okay, there's the next stairway down to the next level. You know what? I'm gonna just hit him with Fire 3. I don't care anymore. $70,668. If we gain another 10,000 more G, I can go buy some. I can buy my first batch of level 6 spells at Crescent Lake. Okay, so here we are at B3. So the vampires should be close. Okay, so cockatrices. So these enemies can petrify. So we have to be extremely careful with how we engage them. Because if they actually petrify one of my allies, or one of my party members, it could be a technical insta-kill in terms of XP and gold distribution. So if they're petrified, it's no different than they were dead. So they wouldn't be able to collect the XP and gold, and it would cause desynchronization in terms of distribution. But so we got to be careful with how we fight them. All it takes is one successful hit from a cockatrice in order to petrify my party members. Okay, CAPR is now up. Let's see what's in here. A measly tent. Okay, and there's no encounter tile to face off against any of your elementals. Okay. Okay, I'll just humor these wolves because it's a mix of wargs and wares. Okay, so now we got red bats. This is a significant clue. So it gives off the impression that we are very close to the vampire. And of course, we've got images, and enemies take 2 times damage and dead. I mean, 2 times damage versus fire. I'm awfully groggy. Okay, Retro's now at level 19. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to check out this one extra treasure chamber, then I'm gonna go back and save. And we got an Earth Elemental. Okay, he's more susceptible to Fire 2 than Fire 3 for some incredible reason, but whatever. Okay, I'm not going to cast any more fire spells, so I'm just going to use my knife. There we go. Finish him off with one use of the silver knife. Okay, found an additional heal, but that's a drop in a bucket. Oh look, our old friends the wizards are back, and they seem to populate this part of the game too, not just the Marsh Cave. Even though they're realistically not actual wizards, they just look like wizards. These are mind flayers, more specifically Pisca demons. Yep, so this just confirms it's just just a permanent encounter tile with the Earth Fiend, with the Earth Elemental, not the Earth Fiend. There's a really big difference between an Earth Elemental and an Earth Fiend here in this game, and I just shouldn't be mixing up the two. Okay. So, since I cannot use... And look, we have a new Zombo, a Spectre. Oops. Well, it's darkened their vision. Okay, so here's what I've actually proposed, everyone. I already feel like this stream's dragging out far too much. It's already dragging out far too long than it absolutely needs to, so... I decided I'm just going to hold off on facing the vampire next session. We are slowly starting to approach the 3-hour mark, but it's already way past my lunchtime, and I definitely need to get something to eat. I'm pretty much famished at this point. So we're just gonna, we're not gonna bother with level 20. We're gonna just leave it at level 19 for today's stream. So that's the minus side. The plus side is we did manage to go up a full 3 levels. And we managed to expand our surroundings quite significantly. We were able to go to the town of Melmond, check out the Titan's Cave, check out the Cave of the Earth for its first 3 levels, check out the town of Crescent Lake, and found different means of docking at port near the Peninsula of Palom. So I would definitely say that is pretty significant in terms of what we've encountered in today's stream. So once we get back to... I've actually decided I'm pretty much going to stop today's session by going to Crescent Lake instead of Melmond. Because there I can get a potion shop, and there I can also stock up on houses if need be. Sadly, no soft potions, but as we play our cards right, we may not have to delve too deeply into using soft potions, provided that we can get away without petrification at the hands of the cockatrices, because cockatrices can petrify after all. So we are already 2 hours and 40 minutes into the stream, and this CAPR needs to get something to eat. Okay, so for now, let's use a house. But I don't want to stop today's session just yet. I want to just go down to Crescent Lake to stop today's session. Also, we are almost at 80,000, so maybe the last thing I'm going to be doing for today's session is load up my mages with the Lit 3 spell. Because remember, we need to continue making progress, even if it is slow progress. Okay, we're making some decent gains here. Well, let me just take a quick look. Okay, RTRO has to make a whopping 12,053 points in order to get to that level 20, so we would be here for another hour if we are going to be doing something like that, and to be honest, my stomach is, well, the bottle cap equivalent of a stomach is grumbling for food, and I need to go get something to eat. Okay, circumvent the globe to go to Crescent Lake. Let me see if I can poison these centipedes. Oh, they hit. They hit. Okay, they can be afflicted with They can be afflicted with poison smoke, and they can poison me too. Okay, that terminates those centipedes. Okay, we're almost at 80,000, and I do want to load up on those Lightning 3 spells. So maybe I'll just make a little bit extra time just so I can load up on those spells in question. Come on, this spell can do better than that. That's what I thought. Okay. Let's take a look now. 81,000. Yeah, but even if we were to stay and grind over here, it's still gonna be a while, but it could be like roughly half an hour till another level up, but I'm honestly not feeling it anymore. I definitely want to call session for today. Okay, so we have 81,466, so let's go get that lightning spell. Let me see what other spells they can use. Okay, they can get Rub, that's an insta-kill. They can get Quake. Okay, so they can still load themselves up on level 6 spells as Black Mages. But each spell is 20,000 G, not 620,000. That's just that's unfortunately a number wrap due to limited character block space in this game. So we're just going to focus on the safe investment here by using point damage spells such as this one. Okay. Ah! Itchy trigger finger, man. Okay, everyone has their level 3s. Lightning 3s. Oh, and I also need to sell off some junk. Yeah, I got... Oh my... Okay, there's the coral sword. I haven't even used the coral sword yet, and I don't even know if it can be used as an item. So you know what? We'll try that next time. Provided I can remember. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll save the coral sword for next time here. Okay, so let's take a look. So we have 4 houses. We need 1 house, and we need 1 pure and 10 more heals. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, hang on a minute. So we have 50 heals, 20 pures, 4 houses. You know what? I'm still want to have 1 more house to round off today's session. And I also want... Okay, you know what? Maybe I will take a little bit more time just to exercise the rest of this. I want to see what... I generally want to see what this coral sword does, if at all. Okay, nothing happens. So I can just go sell that damn thing. You know what, I'm gonna see if I can knife this troll to death. Launching crits after crit, but this troll is resilient. Okay, so 621G. I want another 3,000 to purchase another house, and then I'm going to call session. So I'm going to go to the weapon shop to hawk off this coral sword because it's no good. There we go. So it doesn't have a special effect, so the only thing you can do is sell it off, make some coin out of it, and you invest that coin in some more worthwhile items, like a house. Hooray, we purchased some real estate. Okay. Okay, good. So, now we're gonna rest up at the end to make it official. Okay, good. So, we are gonna leave it at level 19 for today, and by going to level 19, it gives us an additional level 1 charge, and another additional charge for level 6 spells. So good. So now we have 3 full charges of level 6 spells, so we can now have a more significant use of our new lightning spell. We'll look at the lightning spell next time. But anyways, 2,219 to start, and for that I'm just going to say we're calling session. So, we're going to close this off. And go back to the regular bubble screen. Okay guys, well thank you very much for being a part of today's stream of RPG CAPR. Okay, and so we don't have enough people in the room now to do a raid. So I have decided that if we're gonna have more than 1 viewer in the room, then we'll perform a raid. Otherwise, we're just going to close off the stream as normal. And for this, I'm going to say see you all next stream. Take care and have a good one. Bye bye.